Hello, everybody. Welcome in. What a wild weekend it's been. X, good to see you. Hope you're doing all right. I am feeling better. We are definitely on the upturn of the sickness. Definitely on the tail end. Um, I am definitely feeling better than I was earlier this weekend. But I still got still a little bit left, just lingering, you know. Um, Throat's still a tiny bit sore. Got a little bit of a nasal drip down the back of my gullet, which doesn't help. Um, Causing a little bit of a cough. But it's definitely better. Appreciate you for stopping in. I hope you're doing well. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. Seth, welcome in. Congratulations on claiming VIP for tonight's stream. The most prestigious of my channel point redeems as there was only the one. Goldie, let's chat. And you can probably also tell by the sound of my voice that it is a little raspier. It's a little raspier than I normally have. But overall, I'm doing all right. I did just take some drugs over the counter, totally legal. Don't at me, Twitch, to help get me through the stream and hopefully not cough up a storm like halfway through. Because, God, that's the worst part about getting sick is that lingering, like, just the dregs of it. It just won't go away, you know? Like, colds always they sneak up on you, and then all of a sudden you hit with everything, you know? Like, you feel it a little bit, and then just bam. You slapped with the runny nose, you're slapped with the cough, you slapped with the headache, you slapped with this, that, and the other. All your bones are aching, and it's a nightmare. And then when it leaves, it's just holding on with its fingers. It's like falling off the cliff as your immune system is like trying to kick it. But I do feel much better. It is kind of ironic that we started this chapter of Scarlet Hollow, which is what we will be playing this fine evening. At the beginning of my ailment, that whole day, my throat was feeling a little scratchy. And then definitely towards the end of stream, it was like really feeling it. I was like, oh no. Oh no. I was getting there where I was just like, I think I might be sick. My throat is very scratchy. And then sure enough, I wake up the next day and my head is like a little fuzzy and my nose is dripping and I'm just like, oh, this is gonna be my next several days, isn't it? Hey Ray, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. 3:15. Holy shit. 5 more, we're at the big 3:20. And then we're only 100 away from the funny number. We'll be there in no time. But I called in sick. I messaged. I turned on my work laptop. I messaged my supervisor like, I don't know, 20, no, not even 20, like 10 minutes before my shift was supposed to start. And I was like, hey, I don't feel so good. Can I take the next couple days off? And thank God she was like, yeah, that's fine. And I was like, yes, fuck yes. And then I immediately requested the time off. We actually started doing, my company recently transitioned to a different method on how we like punch in and request time off and stuff. So I was actually really worried that because for the previous days, like we had literally just started using this and the time request off like system hadn't been fully implemented yet. So I was sitting there like, well, I could always just like put the time in request like when I come back, I suppose. But then I'd be like worrying about it and fretting over the entire weekend. And it's just like, I don't need that on top of that. So I was like, please God, hope that it works. And thankfully it worked. It was functioning. I was able to put in the time off. Unfortunately, I didn't see my supervisor message like, hey, wait, how did you do that? It's like, how did you put the time in request? And I was like, Because I came back, obviously I have all these messages. Oh my god. Spicing me already? Yeah. You know, I truly regret just coming back to streaming. Here I thought we could have a nice fun time. All chat cares about is my suffering. Motherfucker, I got a bean too. Do I have a... I do have a spoon. No, I don't. I don't have a spoon. Plate it is. Dip the bean in it. That's not what... We're not doing that. We're not doing that. That's not how that works. That's never how it's worked. That's never how it's going to work. Ray, my darling, I need you to tell me what kind of bean I am consuming. Is it gonna be a spicy bean? Is it gonna be a normal bean? Well, I take this hot sauce. I will let you decide. Normal bean? All right, very well. Cheers for the hot sauce. Oh, I put way too much on that. Oh, that was way too much. Oh, I just came back. What was I thinking? Motherfucker. Aye. Ray's a hater of the spice. Well, realistically, a normal bean, you're much more likely to hit something like abhorrent. With the spicy beans, most of them are like pretty low level spice. So I can tolerate them pretty well. Okay. Oh, we got lucky. We got a juicy pear or a booger. That one's not too bad. Either way. Fuck's sake. Here I was trying not to cough. Turns out I still have to cough. But not because of my sickness. Well, maybe a little bit because of my sickness. Spicy beans don't hurt them. To be fair, the habanero one and the Reaper one are actually, I'd say are on par. So you've got like a 1 in 3 chance with the spicy beans that it actually kind of like hits me. Which, well, actually, now that I think about it, 1 in 3? No, that's still less chance. The hot sauce, you still have you have a much better chance because that's like 50-50. Because Ghost is actually still pretty hot. Ghost and Regret, they're up there. Reaper and the Honey, those are baby. Those are nothing. Those are nothing at this point. Anyway, cheers for the either juicy pear or the booger. We got a pear. I got a juicy pear. Juicy pear and hot sauce though. It's not like, it's not a great combination. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of eh. I mean, the pear kind of helps, but at the same time, it's just kind of, I don't know. It's soured. It's soured by the hot sauce. It's like these two things shouldn't be combined together. Anyone who puts hot sauce on their pears, or any of their fruit for that matter, is a freak. Weirdo. That's right, I'm judging. I don't like it, so it's weird. No, I mean, power to you. If that's your jam, if that's your snack of choice. You're heavily judged though. Oh, goodness gracious me. I do apologize. Oh, yeah. Combination of the spice and the phlegm that is still plaguing my throat. It's not a great combination. Oi. Still recovering from wisdom teeth. Ah, yes. I do remember that is something that you were partaking in. I'm glad that the surgery went well. Or at least I'm assuming it went well. Gonna take your PM and lay down. Yes, you keep resting. That is a major surgery, so you gotta make sure you're all squared away on that front. Don't want those gaps to get infected or nothing. You know, make sure they heal up nice and good. God, that was my nightmare. And I remember specifically when I got my wisdom teeth removed, and I had those there were just holes in your gums because that's what happens. Fun fact: if you've never gotten your wisdom teeth removed, you have gaping holes in your gums that you have to worry about food getting stuck in for like several weeks as they heal over. Uh, but yeah, that was I distinctly remember anytime I ate, I was like immediately to the bathroom, immediately got the little plastic syringe that they gave me, and it was just like rinsing those suckers out. That, or I made sure that I didn't eat anything that had like it wasn't like solid. It was like a fluid food, like soup. Soup or ramen was actually really good for that. You disobeyed the 3-day rule and you ate the soggiest beyond al dente macaroni and cheese. Oh my god. You madman. Absolute madman. But hey, if no consequences come of it, then yeah, fuck yeah. you can't really say you made the wrong decision, right? You rolled the dice and you happened to win. The 2 days of just liquid had you feeling angry. That's fair. I'm trying to remember I'm pretty sure I followed that rule. I just don't remember for the life of me what I ate. What did my mom make me? Because I was still living at home at that point. I was like oh god, when was this? This was around high school time, I want to say. Or no, maybe it was before then. Was this like middle school? Where was I living at the time? Okay, hold on, let me think. We were definitely living in that house. I'm not going to say the house. I'm not going to say where the house was. Just that house. I know the one I'm thinking of because I distinctly remember walking up my stairs from my garage and then immediately going to my room because my room at the time was right next to the garage door. It was on the ground level. I was away from everyone else. It was the ideal situation. But was this during high school times? I think yeah, it had to have been, right? It was either right at the beginning of high school or somewhere in the middle. I'm pretty sure I was still living in that house. Yeah, because we didn't move out until like college times. Or was it before that? God, it's so, man, age is so fucked. Like, I feel like I should remember these things, but I just reaching back through the years. Could also be I'm still a little tired and exhausted from being sick. Like, even these last few days they felt like kind of like a fever dream. Well, maybe not the last few days, but the first couple days of me being sick wasn't great. I didn't have any like over the counter medication to help mitigate any of the symptoms. So I was just kind of raw dogging it. The first couple days, me being sick, not ideal. I don't recommend you do that. If you start feeling sick, immediately go to the local supermarket. Get some drugs. Get some like Tylenol or some Dayquil or something. Get something. NyQuil even. Get Mucinex, Sudafed, just whatever works for you to help with the symptoms so you can sleep. Because sleep is arguably the most important part of getting better. sleep and fluids. Lots of sleep, lots of fluids. That's what you need because you heal while you're sleeping. You do most of your healing while you are asleep. That is medically, technically correct. Oh God! Oh no! Oh no! I can feel it. in my nose. 1 second. Uh. Oh, and then the other horrible thing that I absolutely despise about being sick is your nose gets so chapped. Oh, because you're blowing your nose so much, it just. Ugh. And I try to mitigate it. I do. I try to put on some lotion, keep it nice and moist. But sometimes you're blowing your nose so frequently, it doesn't fucking matter. You immediately wipe it all off. I guess you got to do it like before you go to bed. But even then, it's still. I find like, what is it? Like I end up lying there trying to fall asleep, but because I can feel the thing, like the slight tickle in my throat, I'm just like lying there like waiting. Like I know I'm gonna have to cough at some point, and then I cough, and I'm like, okay, well now I'm wide awake because I just had a coughing fit, and then I'm stuck lying there like wide awake trying to fall asleep again, and then you feel it again. It's like a horrible vicious cycle, till finally you pass out. Ay. Yeah, those first 2 nights were rough. But then after I got the drugs, I definitely was able to get some good sleep. I slept a shit ton on Saturday. I am actually, I'm bummed that I had to cancel the my streamiversary stream. That's always like really shitty feeling. Like normal, if it was any other normal stream, I'd be like, okay, it's just a Saturday stream, it's whatever. But this was like a special event stream, and of course, I have to get sick 2 days beforehand. So it's not like, oh, I'm recovering from an illness. Like I was sick the week prior. I could probably swing it. No, it's like literally, I'm in the thick of it. I wake up Saturday thinking maybe we can just power through it. And I was just lying there like in the morning, like, no, I can't power through. Like it's a struggle. I just need to sleep. I just need to sleep. Which was then when I made the post canceling it, and I was just like, oh, it feels bad. And then I immediately passed out. And I didn't wake up again until, I don't know, like maybe mid-ish day. Was awake for a little while. Did some stuff I just watched some anime or whatever. Played some Uma. I think that is what it is. Like, God, I remember anytime that I was awake and like cognizant, that's what I did. I logged onto the PC. I maybe trained in Uma, and then I fell back asleep. And I was like, okay, I'm done. And then I I went back into bed. And then we had the 100 lines. That was still fun. That was a lot of fun. She heard everything. If you were there, you know. But she heard everything. I remembered. That was a good time. Sunday, I am also glad. I realized that my D&D got canceled because my DM actually also hosts a maid cafe. As part of like that is one of her side gigs. She is one of the like lead managers for a maid cafe. I don't know where it is or what it's even called. Not that I would. I don't know if I might say. She's pretty vocal about it anyways. So I don't think it really matters, but I don't know where it is or what it's called, but regardless. So she was doing maid cafe stuff this weekend, which totally went over my head. Like initially, I didn't even realize until it was like the day of, and I woke up and it was like, I don't know, an hour before, and I was like, okay, I should probably Should probably get up, wake up for D&D. Look in her Discord, see that there's a message in our group chat. And I was like, apparently it one of my other group members messaged the day prior, Saturday, like, hey, we still meeting up on Sunday? And then someone was like, no, she's got Bay Cafe stuff this weekend. And I was just like, oh, so I don't have to worry about it. And then I immediately went back to sleep again. Oh, it was a nice rest. It was. Saturday and Sunday, I got so much sleep. It was fantastic. But at the same time, it's like I spent the entirety of my technically 4-day weekend either sleeping, being in like a half cognizant state, or just feeling tired. And it's just like I look back, I'm like, man, I hate being sick. Being sick is like by far one of the worst like things for me, just because it eats up time. And it's not even like for a lack of trying. Like I wanted to maybe, try to use my time in a productive manner, but honestly, let's be real. The only productive thing that you can do while being sick is trying to not be sick anymore, i.e., resting and drinking fluids. So basically doing nothing, which I hate doing. Oh, it just eats me up inside. It's just like, I could be doing this, I could be doing that. I could be hanging out with friends, but just like, nope. My brain is sore, my body is sore. I just want to sleep. It sucks. We're almost out of it. I imagine maybe a couple more days of this lingering cough. That's usually how it goes. It's like a week in total. It's the first few days are always the worst. And I got to put up with the shit. And then after that, it slowly weans away. So I think I want to say by Friday, I'll probably be fully like back to 100%, would be about my guess. That being said, as far as the Streamiversary stream goes, I don't really have a good time to reschedule it, other than maybe the 7th. Hey, you got a scuffed tarot reading. Oh, bugger. Eh. That's like a Magic 8 Ball, but advanced. I should have like a, that's what I need to. I need to make an alert for that as well. Something I've been neglecting. Now, if you want, just clearing up some space here. What would you like your tarot reading to be? We could do a 5 card. We could even do just a 1 card. We could do like a vibe check. That's what Asa did. Asa? Yeah, no, I said that right. Asa. Acer Hearts. No, it's Asa. God, my brain is not braining right now. And then if you have a particular deck in mind, whatever you prefer, or dice, we could try dice. Oh, right. I was like, why is my model freaking out? It's because I moved my camera. No preference on tarot? All right. Use your new one if you want. All right. We will do a classic 3 card with the Lord of the Rings deck. Yes, show off the new deck. All right, let me just hold on. I need to recalibrate. Okay. Handicam should be. Here we go. Actually, probably make a little bit more room. All right. Lord of the Rings, Tarot deck. Love the box. Box is cool. Alrighty. Anything in particular? Maybe you want to know how your Baldur's Gate is gonna go later tonight. I gotta learn how to shuffle. How like oh. All right. How the Baldur's Gate 3 is going. Like in Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood, she cuts the deck in a way where I think she like pulls some from the bottom and then like puts them on top. But she does it so cleanly. I don't know how to do it. Okay, well this one's sticking out. So we got the Knight of Swords. Oh, okay, this one's kind of sticking out. We have the Knight of Rings. Ooh, we got some knights. We got some knights for the Baldur's Gate 3. And then the High Priestess, but upside down. Ooh, all right. Classic. We got some classic Taro. Is this Boromir and Faramir? Knight of Swords and Knight of Rings? That's kind of funny if it is. Oh, other side. Here we go. I'm not mistaken. Or wait. Oh, these corners are just like solid. Okay, so Knight of Swords? Wait. X of Swords, Ace of Swords. Oh, Knight of Swords. Yeah, the Knight of Swords is Boromir. Fuck yeah. Okay, Knight of Swords upright. Valiant, reliable, and at times a bit stubborn. Boromir's quest as the Knight of Swords is charged with action. His vision is singular, and he pursues his goal relentlessly. When he rides to your reading, it's with an impassioned plea to seize your future. Don't ask for permission. Fight bravely. Keep your honor until you have reached your goal. Okay. And then the Knight of Rings, which is Page of Wands. Wait, where's Rings? That must be on the other side again, and I just missed it because I am blind. Is it a major icon? Ace of Rings, Two of Rings, Knight of Rings, and it is Faramir. Damn, I called it. Sorry, I'm kind of blocking the light here. Faramir and Boromir. Wow, I can't believe we got the brothers. That's kind of crazy. This knight rides to your reading with a command. Pursue your mark with kindness. Just as Faramir led with a compassionate heart, you are being advised to move through your quest by taking the high road. Be fair, even if others are not, and make choices in line with your personal ethics. Don't compromise who you are for what you want. Okay. So you have the one brother saying, follow your passion and do it honorably, and then the other one is like, but also do it compassionately. Do the right thing. And then the High Priestess, but upside down. Interesting. Oh, it's Galadriel. The Lady of Light's emotion runs as deep as the waters from the Nian calls its power. She represents intuition, connection, and your inner psychic powers, and the space between worlds. Reversed, are you in a situation where you're tempted to share everything on your mind? When reversed, this card suggests that you hold back and allow things to unfold a bit before you reveal the full extent of your wisdom. All right. I'd say in terms of Baldur's Gate 3, I think it should probably be obvious to say, but, you know, play the game how you want. Don't compromise. You know, it's a game at the end of the day, so make sure you have fun. But as it is a multiplayer game, perhaps the reversed High Priestess is saying maybe wait before enacting on whatever plans you may be scheming in that little noggin of yours. But overall, it seems like you're on a pretty set, path to have a good time if you just follow those general rules. Enjoy your way. And there we have our scuffed tarot reading for the evening. I never know how to put these cards back in a proper manner. And there we are. Speaking of cards, in my maybe weakened state, actually move my camera back, recalibrate. I've done a thing. I have set in motion something that cannot be undone now. I have purchased a new Magic the Gathering deck. I.e., I have bought a bunch of cards that probably were too expensive for me to buy, but this is kind of a meme deck in a sense. It is a very silly deck that has a singular purpose, which is actually very unusual for my decks. Usually my decks kind of have like, they're multi-themed in a sense. They usually have like two to three things going for them. At any given time. But this one is literally, it revolves around a singular card, which I've never done before. It is a silly card, but it has the potential to expand and explode into something incredible if left to its own devices. Not that I feel like it will ever be allowed to be left to its own devices, but hey, one can only hope. And it's crazy how wildly different, like, depending on where you buy stuff is. Like there's a shop here or there's a vendor, I should say. There's a vendor here in Washington called Card Kingdom that sells Magic cards. And they've got a website, generally pretty good. Can't really say I complain. Very efficient. They have a solid selection. Rarely do I go on there and it's like, oh, they don't have the card, like this particular card that I want. Rarely, very rarely does this happen. And the nice thing about Moxfield, which is what I now use for all of my Magic the Gathering, like cataloging and deck building, because it kind of does everything that I've ever wanted in, that kind of regard. But it's online, so as long as I have internet, I can just look up my decks and my collection and stuff. It's pretty nice. Regardless, they also have a very handy little feature where if you build a deck, you can see what cards you already own in your collection if your collection is also uploaded. which I did spend, I think, an afternoon, converting over. But in any case, and then from there, it will allow you to buy cards that aren't in your collection, from various vendors, and it's was kind of crazy that the price difference between some of them was so great. It's laughable. I think Card Kingdom, the deck was near $300 to get the remainder of my cards, and I was like, "Whoa, that's a pretty penny. That's a pretty penny." I knew it was going to be a lot, and I was like, "Okay, well, I did get my tax refund recently, and I kind of wanted to use some of it to get a new deck, So this wasn't like unprecedented. Where I just randomly was like, I'm just gonna buy this deck in my sickened stupor, or slightly, not really. I can't. I am sick, but at the same time, it's like I don't really feel it as much. I still, again, obviously, I've coughed several times now, but regardless, um. So I was like, "Oh, that's a lot, though. That's a lot." I was like, "Okay, maybe we check this other vendor, TCG Player, um, which is an interesting place to buy Magic cards because it kind of like pools a bunch of different shops, which is interesting. And like going based off that, if you depending on which option you choose, because you can optimize your cart, of course, it defaults you to doing like their trusted vendors, like they vetted this, that, and the other. And it's like, okay, yeah, but it's like on par. It's almost as expensive as if I just did it for my local shop, except that one's gonna get here in like 2 days, and then this one I have to wait for like X, Y, and Z different vendors to ship them all to me in like 5 different packages. And I was like, I don't want to do that. Like not necessarily. I don't mind waiting for this particular deck because there are still a few cards I need to fish out of my collection. It's just I'm looking over at all my deck boxes, and there's so much I really need to take a day to just like clean my room. Oh, I wish I could have done it over the weekend, but I was sick. I hate it. Regardless, it will be done probably when I get my the rest of my cards in. But hey, um, I did manage to get it for not $300. I actually managed to get it for like 230 ish, which is pretty decent savings, I would say. For Magic cards, if you can get the deck for like 60-70 bucks cheaper, because what I didn't realize too at the time was that was just like the base price. I know on top of um Card Kingdoms, luckily if it's over a certain amount, they do the shipping for free. They waive the shipping, which is nice. But there is still tax. I forgot about the tax, and the tax is like 10%. So it already being like almost $300, it was gonna be like another $30 on top of that. So it would have been well over $300 if I'd done it through Card Kingdom. Whereas the total for TCG Player um was like 230. That was a solid like 70-80 bucks I saved. It's just like, yes, dude, that's some savings on Magic cards. Don't belittle it, okay? It matters. As a card collector, every penny counts. That being said, I now have, oh fuck, how many packages was it though? It was a lot. I'm gonna be getting a lot of mail in the coming weeks because it was a lot of like, oh, I'm only gonna get one card from this vendor. Oh, that is the one downside to TCG Player, like getting through them. It is what it is. It is what it is. I just gotta keep an eye on my mail. And by mail, I also mean my email. Do y'all check your emails on a regular basis? Do you keep an eye on them? I don't know. I feel like as someone who has has an online presence, it's kind of a necessity, you know, because you never know. You never know. And a lot of places go through email now. Um, well, that and I do edit as a hobby. Um, I sell my services for editing. In case y'all didn't know, I am a part-time editor. Uh, I have a few returning clients every now and again, but it's also, just I don't know. I just maybe it's because it's something I grew up doing, like checking your emails on a semi-regular basis. Hmm. I remember because I have to do it for work. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Because my roommate doesn't do that. And he's older than I am. I've seen his inbox. Unless he has ordered something recently, bro will let those fuckers pile up. And even when he does check, he's not reading all of them. He's not clearing the inbox. He's going to leave all, I don't know, God, what was it? I think there was like, it was like almost 3,000 notifications or something. Some obscene amount. I was just sitting there because I think, what was this? I think he was, oh, it was for a monitor. I think it was a monitor or some other deal, some other computer related thing. Or maybe it was a case. Maybe it was the case. I don't remember. I don't remember. It was for something that he saved that I think he had gotten previously. Um, that was PC related. That a while back I was upgrading my PC back before PC parts were semi affordable. Well, more affordable than they are now. Goodness gracious. We don't want to get into that. We all know how bad the market is. Holy. What was it? I saw a short this morning. There's some news report where it's like man stole like nearly $15,000 worth of like computer hardware. And I was like, damn, they might out like a bandit or something. And then you actually see the person like running out. Bro had like 3 graphics cards, three boxes, only 3 boxes. And I was like, wow, it's that bad. It's that bad. 3 graphics cards is the equivalent of almost $15,000. Bro, one whole graphics card basically was the cost of my entire PC when I built it. That's absurd. That is absolutely absurd. I was just like, oh, please, please, praying to God on my hands and knees that my PC lasts for another couple years. It should. I built it last year. It should last me another couple years, the very least. Unless fucking planned obsolescence has gotten that bad, you know. Companies are never making anything that lasts any length of time because it's just like that's not how you make money. Maybe you just make good products that everybody wants, and then you have a consistent amount of cash income, like mattresses. Like sure, there's not a whole lot you can do for a mattress. Those fuckers are expensive though, like the good ones, and they last you. They last you decades if you keep up on it. Um, but it's one of those products where it's like it has an infinite shelf life, well, nearly, as long as it doesn't get like moist or anything. Very very low maintenance, like upkeep to keep it in good condition. And then having like a storefront for it is also like super cheap because it's just again low maintenance. It's not like you gotta restock shelves or something. You just lay them out and then they just sit there. You don't really got to do anything. Kind of it's a plushy it's a plush gig. Wink wink. Terrible. I'm terrible. Ugh. In any case, I think it's time we get in and we see what is going on with part 2 of Scarlet Hollow Chapter 5. Because the full episode should be out now. We had a major update on the 20th, which is when it should have finished. I don't think they're going to make another part. I'm pretty sure it's just going to be part 1 and part 2. I have been keeping an eye on their Discord because Black Tabby does have a Discord. I've been keeping an eye on the updates. And I think... Going back through the announcements, it's a bunch of polls. My goodness, I didn't realize how many polls there were. Yeah, there isn't really any mention of there being a part 3. So I assume we just got part 1 to deal with. Or part 1 and 2. Part 1 and 2. Alright. Goldie to the main stage. It's getting a little crunchy. I don't know why. I don't know why my PC's getting a little crunchy. I mean, actually, it might be because of my storage thing. I do need to empty it. I still haven't done that. Again, it was something I meant to do over the weekend, but we all know how that went. Goldie, show screen. All right. Oh, before we begin, though, of course, let's see, Scarlet content warning. Okay, so Scarlet Hollow does cover some fairly icky content. There are some pretty yabai things that one should be made aware of. So I will pin this. Pin the message. Okay. Or don't pin the message. Make me... Can I not even do it in my own dashboard? Brother, what's happening? Why won't it let me pin the message? No, let me pin it. I need to pin, let me pin it. You're kidding me. Do I have to refresh the page? Why can't I, why won't it let me pin the message? What is happening? Hello? I can see the pin. Why won't it let me pin it? Oh, it's driving me up the wall. Oh. I'm gonna be very annoyed if I have to go to my own channel in order to do this. Nope, shut up. Pin the message. There we go. Holy shit. Had to go to my own fucking channel. Alright, close out of that nonsense. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Let me pin you there. Wait, I wonder, is that an option? Show mod icons. It's because I didn't have show my. Wait, why did I get turned off? That should always be on. So yes, what we are about to dive into could touch on several of these themes or none of them, but that is always the gamble. So have a quick read over those. Those of you lurking in the chat who may not want to be exposed to such things, totally understandable. I'm gonna blow my nose real quick. All right. So last time, in the first part of this chapter, quick recap, from what I can remember, was we spent the night at Stella's. It was a lovely evening that we had together. Woke up, she made me pancakes. We had a little talk about Wayne, him pointing towards the manor. I told Stella about Reese and his kind of episode in part 3 or in chapter 3. If I'm not mistaken, chapter 4 was kind of the aftermath and looking for Scarlet, or not Scarlet, for Stella. Scarlet Hollow, that's the name of the town. But so we explored the mansion, or the manor. We learned a little bit more about my family history, in universe family history. It's not great. It's not ideal. There's some pretty stanky skeletons in my family's closet. So we decided to confront Tabitha, current resident and heiress of the fortune and mansion and whatever, the mine of Scarlet Hollow. And she's none too happy with us. We haven't really been like on the most agreeable terms, because she keeps trying to like control us, and we're like, no, we're gonna do our own thing. And then she's not too happy about that, because something I kind of noted last time was she definitely seems like a character that is stuck in her ways, very stubborn. If something deviates from how she thinks it should be going, she kind of cuts it out by force or other means. Keeping the status quo, as it were. Or how she puts it, if a machine breaks down or needs to be the cogs need to keep rolling, like her job is to get it done. So she gets it done. She gets it done to keep things how they are. Doesn't really like to change, or face maybe potential change, it would seem. Also kind of threatened us with a shotgun, which apparently is very much like her mother. Oh God, I do apologize if I'm coughing in your ear. I don't mean to. It's just reflex sometimes. It happens. I will try to mute, but so we confront her. She doesn't really either I don't know, deny or acknowledge our discovery. She's very much just like, yeah, you've been a thorn in my side this entire time, and I'm gonna call the police. So she called the police on us, and we got arrested. And now we are in the back of a cop car, going towards a potential murder. Because of our street smarts, we know whatever the code was that they said over the radio, that means murder. So we are going to continue. Ah, yes. As the car pulls up to the farms, you feel it again. A tingling at the back of your skull, an urgency almost like a hand pressing you gently forward, with the threat that it might become more forceful if you don't comply. This is the same feeling that we got every time we've gotten anywhere close to one of those like sigils. Which I did predict one might be at the farm. We also did see in the desk of what we're assuming to be Tabitha's dad, or maybe like ancestor, very, very in the distant past ancestor, their desk, a bunch of papers that had all the sigils like drawn on them with like scribbles next to them, and then like they were all labeled. The one in the that we found in, what was it, the clinic, had like vitality as its label. The one in the mines was like I forget one was like prosperity, just that kind of vibe. So I wonder if we're gonna see one. Like so much crying that can only stop if you tend to it. There is another stone here, and it is refusing to let you ignore it. Yep, there it is. Deputy Franklin gets out of his car, leaving you in the back as he joins the assembled crowd. All right, Sheriff, what's the situation? What did I do for Duke? I tell you what. I tell you what. Yeah, I think I did. I gave him more of a gruff voice. I'll tell you what the damn situation is. That bastard Julius got hold of my boy, and he won't let him go. This is kidnapping, and you fellas better get there and shoot that rat bastard shit stay before I do myself. There. Now you're up to speed. Franklin, you're with me. Let's head on up and get a handle on things. I better go first. Son of a bitch has the place all strung up with traps, but I know how to spot them. Mr. Calloway, it might be best if you stay out here with your wife and me. This is police business now. As far as I can see it, this family business always has been. Whether or not you finally decide to get your sorry asses out here and finally do something about it. Who's Irma? Is that the wife? Oh, it's your fault he ever decided to take it on himself to go investigate what happened to big old Betty. All 'cause you didn't listen. That's right. So now you owe me. I bring up the rear if it makes you feel like a big tough guys, but you can't stop me. Not when I'm my boy's in trouble. All right, I hear you. Your boy's in there. You want some peace of mind, I understand that. I think Hugby is like the old, smaller one. Don't go making more problems than you already got out here. You hear me, Duke? Leave that gun with Irma. Fine, here. If something happened to me in there, you know how to use it. And you best use it. Please try to refrain from making threats of violence in front of officers of the law. Well, you fellas better go and get our boy back. Without another word, the officers split up. Derrickson heads for the squad car, while the three men start up the hill to Julius's shack. I forget who Julius is. Irma stands on her porch, clutching the shotgun and watching the other house intently. Hey there, Zayden. Sorry you had to come along for the ride. We'll have you back at the station soon enough. Sounds like this won't take long to settle. In the meantime, I'll keep you company. The thing's calling out to you is starting to lose its patience. You need to find a way out of here before it gets angry. Could you let me go, please? I haven't done anything wrong. You don't really think Bo is dead in there, do you? don't you think Duke might escalate things? If you guys are arresting me, could you also arrest the guy who's been stalking me since he's doing the real crime? Let me out, let me out, let me out! You don't understand. I need to get into that house. I have a reason to suspect that there is a cursed stone here that holds some kind of ancient, possibly evil magic. I'll give you $100 if you let me go right now. Oh, that is not gonna work. Ooh, well, that might work. I'm going to sue you all so hard, I'm going to make you take this to the FBI, the Supreme Court. Oh, wait in silence. Oh, goodness. I think we explore. Don't you think Duke might escalate things? Because I know Duke. Oh, I bet on it. But it's not me who makes the big decisions. Sheriff Hugby always has the final say. And I suppose Duke has a good point about those traps. He does know them better than any of us. Maybe he winds up being more useful than not. At the very least, he won't be pissed at us if things go the way he wants. You don't really think Bo is dead in there, do you? I'd love to be wrong about this. I really would. But Bo's a big man. Hard to keep a big man like that from moving around and making a fuss. We've seen a whole lot of nothing going on in there. Still, as the grave, if you pardon the expression. Could you let me go, please? I haven't done anything wrong. We might as well try. Oh, I'm sure you haven't. But that's why we're gonna bring you in to answer a few questions, so we can prove as much. And if we see you really aren't a threat to the town, then we'll let you go. And that'll be that. But what about innocent until proven guilty? Okay, should be no problem then, since I'm completely innocent. Could you at least let me out of the handcuffs? How am I supposed to prove that? Yeah, what about innocent until proven guilty? Is that how it goes? I'm joking. But of course there's no way to know if you're innocent unless we ask you questions. Like you're guilty. Just basic police work. Do I tell him about the evil stone? I don't know if I should. We're just gonna do the one thing that, honestly, if you're stuck in the back of a police car, you should do anyway. Is wait in silence. Nothing else to do but wait. There's a sound coming from the house on the hill, shouting, angry and panicked. A frantic voice crackles over the radio. Derrickson, man down! The sheriff is down! What did I tell him? I told him to be careful and follow my lead, and now look at him. Mr. Calloway, if you could please clear the line and let Deputy Franklin give me a proper status report. Deputy, is he breathing? Do you have eyes on Mr. Terrain? And the hostage? We're on our way to the basement now, sir. You better be careful, meathead. You don't want to wind up like you're... You hear an ungodly noise over the radio, a gunshot, and then static. Franklin, report. But there's only silence. Damn it, Franklin. Deputy Derrickson hesitates briefly outside your door, as if hoping someone might leave the farmhouse without his getting involved. But after a few seconds, he's heading up the hill, yelling something to Irma. And then a figure appears outside the car door. A moment later, you hear the click of a lock. Time to go. You get out of the car, your body moving on instinct. The stone is louder outside and is buzzing in your ears, drowning out the world, calling you up the hill towards the old farmhouse. I can't think straight. The stone is doing something to me. I don't think I should go in there, but I don't think I can stop myself. Will you come with me? But I was safe in there. Not you again. Remain silent. I can't think straight. Stone is doing something to me. Hey, Nocturne, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. That's all you're able to sputter. The buzzing drowns out your words. You can almost feel it pulling, your feet aching to move. It's all right. This will be over soon. I really would have preferred if we could do all this together. But the witch started it early. I should have known she would. Ooh, wait, is this the first time that we've heard mention of the witch? No, hold on. This is the second time. I think if I remember correctly, we saw something about a witch in the notes of the desk, but I don't know if anybody has actively called out to it. The handcuffs fall away from your wrists. You weren't paying attention to what he did to make that happen, but it doesn't matter. You have somewhere to be. But she's at her most vulnerable now, and she won't be expecting you. So go on. I'll be watching. Nothing bad is gonna happen to you. Huh. He gives you a hard shove forward, and then he's gone. But you're interrupted by another car pulling up to the scene. Irma, Zayden, I got paged by the sheriff. What the hell's going on? Where are all the cops? The talking is just noise. Their words don't matter. There's a humming in your head, almost like a voice. One you can barely make out. But you know it will be clearer the closer you get to the stone. You start wandering up towards the farmhouse at the top of the hill. Oh, come on! Where do you think you're going? But you continue forward. You barely even notice your hands slipping over the doorknob. And now, you're inside. Oh my god. Well, there's that graphic scene. Goodness gracious. Sheriff Hugby dangles in the middle of the room. An axe attached to some strange mechanism in the ceiling is embedded in his face, holding up his corpse, and an imitation of life. Jesus. Okay, me and Dr. Kelly on the same page. Jesus. Don't move, Doc. This place is a damn death trap. Past the body, you can see a giant pumpkin through the door to the garage, cracked open, its guts strewn across the floor, seeds dotted across the hardwood like a trail of breadcrumbs leading to the basement stairs. Damn, I did not think we would get a death this close into the beginning of this part of the chapter. Though I suppose this is technically the second part of this chapter, so maybe if you're playing like in one straight go, I guess it is like 4 hours in, so. What the hell is going on here? Damn it, Derrickson. We don't need all these bodies to look out for. Franklin already in here got himself shot. Dude, come on. If you could refrain from any further interference in police activities. Without my interference, he might have had 2 dead officers to deal with. Now if you'll excuse me. Franklin, how's Bo? You got eyes on him? The officer's voice calls up from behind the wall of roots blocking the basement door. Yeah, he's breathing. We're trying to help. Wait, Avery, wait, hold on. I didn't know Avery was here. Is that a Donna kid? I should have known. You and Julius have been conspiring, haven't you? What are you doing to my boy? Everybody shut up, damn it. There's no signal in here. I'm gonna step outside. No one else had better die while I'm gone. The doctor pulls at the door, but a weave of fibrous tendrils hold it shut. It would seem that the same force that let all of you in refuses to let anyone leave. Are we stuck here? What the hell are we supposed to do now? But you already know what you have to do. Approach the basement. You're vaguely aware that Officer Derrickson is trying to stop you, but he's too nervous to take a step. You reach the basement door and start to claw at the weird fleshy vines blocking your way. They're strong, but they relent to your touch, welcoming you down below. Who the hell? So you tried to undermine me, witch. I should have known. You'd try to find a way around the rules. You've trapped the town. This isn't what any of us wanted. You should nullify the deal before this gets any worse. It's just unhappy. I didn't think something like this could be so opinionated. But I have a plan to placate it. If it wants a less broken body, it can have one. Then we'll see if it feels cheated enough to hold a grudge. It's not too late, Enoch. You can let Eddie have the baby, and your family can go back to normal, happy and unburdened. I'll clean everything up. It can be like nothing ever happened. I'll even leave town. Manipulative hag. That's what you wanted all along, wasn't it? This whole ordeal was just an opportunity for you to have access to it. Well, I know better than to hand out an ounce of power over to you, Verena. Verena? What a name. Okay, we have another flash. Hey. You're not dead, are you? Witch. Werner. Saw it all. My family. The witch. Yeah, just mumbling to myself about all these crazy things that I just saw. Have to find the witch. Find the witch. And I fucked everyone over, even the witch. Babble incoherently about your vision. And I love that that's just an option. You can either like somewhat cohesively babble or just full on babble. Yeah, we'll go with this one. And I fucked everyone over. Even the witch. The witch? Sybil? She sent you? She tricked you into taking her side and all this? Guess I should have known. I probably wasn't the only one whose life she decided to fuck with. But all that ends now. I'm in charge here, and I'll get what I was promised. Hey, man, calm down. It's all good. Ooh. What the hell? Your vision finally focuses, and your mind is once again your own. Avery watches you furtively from across the room. The man Julius holds a gun in silent threat. What was it? H? Okay, so we have a root baby who is taking over Bo? Julius is a part of it, and there's the stone. There's the stone. Right behind him. Franklin sits hunched in the corner. Oh, the baby moved when I clicked. I don't like that. I don't like that. Oh, it's still moving. Never mind. It's just moving. Hunched in the corner, his expression icy and unreadable behind his sunglasses. And in the corner is Bo. Something is attached to him, the source of the awful noise. It shudders with pained inhalations. Bo is still breathing, but he doesn't look well. Yeah, that's not a great sight. It's definitely eating him. Powerful build. You have to hit it. You must have hit your head when you fell down the stairs. This can't be real. Bo is the largest man you've ever seen. How could this happen? Me as a bodybuilder being like, shit, if Bo could get taken out like this, I don't got a chance. Zayden, we can't get to you. The door's sealed shut. Even as she yells to you, her voice is faint, barely audible behind the now thickened roots and vines that block your escape. Where's Bo? Where's my boy? Not looking good. Not looking good, Duke. Let's bring Zayden up to speed. Julius, he looks a little shell-shocked. Where do I fucking begin? All right. So, the witch. I caught her doing some shit she shouldn't have been doing. She offered me a deal if I kept it to myself. Always wanted to raise a boy of my own. God never saw fit to give me a chance. She gave me the means to right that injustice. Only, it obviously didn't quite go the way it was supposed to. Calloway's interference just interfered, just like always. Made it so I had to hatch him earlier than he was ready, and he came out hungry. Too hungry for me to handle. Oh boy. He kept trying to get at me, so I had to hold up down here. Been stuck here since fucking Wednesday night. Damn roots won't let me leave. They clogged up the drains, so I haven't been able to call that witch to get her to make things right. But I'm a man of preparedness. Figured I could wait it out until Bo here decided to trespass. Guess he lost a tussle with my boy, and the two of them wound up down here with me. That about sums it up. I guess in the end it's only fair. A son for a son. And birth ain't ever pretty, is it? It's not like doing it the old-fashioned way is all sunshine and roses. Okay, so let me get this straight. Sybil is, in fact, a witch. That is now 100% confirmed, in case anybody had any other doubts. Not that I was, like, super doubting it to begin with. I had my inklings, the signs were there, but, you know, I wanted to be 100% certain, and Julia's essentially confirmed it. Because I mentioned the witch, right? I'm glad I did, actually. I'm glad I mentioned the witch in my vision. Which would make sense. If Sybil knows everything that's going on, maybe she's the enemy in plain sight. The Black Cat. Oh, shit. Because we did a tea reading in one of the chapters. I believe it was the chapter before this one. It was kind of in the middle. Where Sybil's like, yeah, you know, shit's going down. You have all the bad warning signs, and you know, the enemy is right in front of you. And I was like, oh, maybe it's somebody who's posing as like one of my allies, but maybe it was literal. The enemy is right in plain sight, as in right in front of you at that time, at that moment. AKA Sybil, because she was across the table at me. Ooh. Just hope he winds up looking more like a person than when he's done cooking. I don't give a shit about your story, Tremaine. None of it's a reason to shoot a cop. I didn't even hit you, you fucking pussy. That was all self-defense. Castle doctrine. What the hell are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about down there? What are you doing with my boy? Calm down, Calloway. We got a situation under control. Just let us talk it through. How did Bo lose a tussle against that thing? It must not have been playing fair. That's so messed up. What the fuck is wrong with you, man? Bo, can you hear me? Are you alive? You don't need to threaten anybody. Let's just talk it out, okay? Do you know how to contact her, the witch? You need to let Bo go. Please just let us go. We'll forget about this. Remain silent. I hate that it moves. Stop looking at me. Babies are weird to begin with. You need to let Bo go. He just wants to say hi. That's okay. He can say hi when I'm out of the room. Ooh, I don't know how we're gonna get out of this one. If man has been trying to have a boy for so long, and I mean he's willing to set up booby traps and shoot people in order to get it, I seriously doubt he's gonna wait, or he's gonna want to like let this go. Maybe I could convince him. Oh, that's tough. That's tough. It's a tough call. We can at least try. You don't need to threaten anybody, let's just talk. Why do I need to do any talking? The way I see it, I'm the man with a gun, and the guts to use it. So how about we all just sit quietly until it's over, and we can all go home and nobody has to get hurt. Except Bo. He's already dead, kid. My boys beat him fair and square. Best you see it that way. Street smart. You can't help but notice the way Julius postures himself, away from the thing implanted in Bo. He's afraid of it. And with how he's clutching his side, he's likely already been wounded. Listen, clearly you need something. You woke up talking about the witch. You want to know where she is? I can tell you how to find her. If none of you does anything stupid, then I'll tell you what I know. Sound fair? Not once has Julius explained what Avery, of all people, is doing here. Their presence is odd, to say the least. I was gonna say, in all that, Avery entering this conversation hasn't come up yet. The conversation is interrupted by Bo shifting uncomfortably as the creature lets out a guttural moan. That's my boy. Oh, that's my boy. Whatever this bullshit. Somebody help me with the axe down. I'm not letting a damn tumor stop me. Are you sure, Duke? What if it triggers another trap, or... There's the sound of something being torn from wood, and then hacking at the vine-like tendrils blocking the doorway. But no progress seems to be made. For every piece severed, another grows in its place. You want to bring the damn house down, Duke? A string of desperate curses from upstairs, but the axe doesn't stop swinging. Bo squirms with discomfort. The baby seems to be digging deeper. Shouldn't you be concerned that Duke is trying to get down here? You know he's gonna kill you if he does. Bo and the baby, the witch, the situation. Avery, why exactly are you here? The baby, right? Quote, the baby. If we can... The thing. The creature. Julius, can't you see he's reaching for you? Maybe you should take him. I don't think there's anything to do except wait. Bo seems like he's already done for. Maybe this child deserves a chance at life. Nope, don't think that. Even... Enough talking. Someone has to destroy this thing. It might as well be you. You said enough. The only thing left to do is to wait until the creature finishes. Well, explorers are pretty safe, I think. Shouldn't we be concerned the Duke is trying to get down here? You know he's gonna kill you if he does. He won't get through. My boy will make sure of it. He might be a little thing, but as you can see, he don't mean he can't protect himself. The situation? Oh, that gives me other options. Okay. Why do you even want a kid? Life is unfair. Life is unfair to you, so you, what, kill a man over it? What if we let Dr. Kelly in here and she can help? We might save Bo without killing your son thing. What kind of man lets another man make his sacrifices for him? Ooh. Have you thought about what happens after this, Julius? The sheriff's dead. Franklin, how did you get down here? What happened? I don't think he rightly cares. What, kill a man over it? I'm not killing anybody. I'm just standing here. It's not like I did a signal thing to Bo. He trespassed on my property. Everyone knows not to do that. What happened to him is his problem. We'll see what the law has to say about that. Franklin, I don't give a shit about your laws. It's my own conscience that I know is clear. That's all that matters to me. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I had it. Yeah. So he's one of those like, I did nothing wrong, and that's in his brain. So nothing we can say logically, I think, will make him change that mind. Bo twitches, his skin blossoming with fresh bruises as the thing takes more of him. You could try the street smart method. I do kind of like that one. Maybe you should take him. Julius, can't you see he's reaching for you? Maybe you should take him. It's just having some kind of spasm. Quit reading into it. Damn. Bo is a stranger. Shouldn't he be brought into this world by the person who loves him? Parenting is about sacrifice, Julius. Isn't taking it on yourself what any man should do? He's your son. Shouldn't he be attached to you? It's not fair to pass that off to someone else. You're scared, aren't you, Julius? That's why you're letting Bo deal with this for you. You're afraid what it's done to him. Ah, there's a lot of street smart things here. Oh boy. If you let it keep going, you're going to be wanted for murder. What are you going to do for the kid from behind bars? You've pointed out all that you need to point out. Let the others speak. No. We gotta. I don't think he really cares about that. What any man should do. He seems to be that kind of sort. Parenting is about sacrifice, Julius. Isn't taking it on yourself what any man should do? Just because you got them big muscles don't mean you know the first thing about being a man. You're just another coddled city kid telling other folks how to live. You know, I'm a man, Julius, and I think you're a coward. Okay, look. I don't know what all this is about, but I think Zane is onto something. It's about connection, you know? And you're having a stranger make that connection you should be making? Bullshit. I put plenty of work to connect. All those nights I bled for my boy in the fields. What? Does all that count for nothing? This is my one chance for that thing to go right in my life. Everybody else got their chances already. Don't I deserve mine? This is the biggest load of horse shit I ever heard, Tremaine. You think life's so easy for everybody else? I don't got bills to pay. I got any type of retirement ahead of mine. You think sacrifice is something you put on someone else? No wonder nothing ever went right for you. Raising Bo was the hardest thing I ever did, you jackass. You put your life aside for somebody you love, then you tell me about sacrifice. Yeah, he's definitely that stereotype, sadly. What, so I should kill myself? Rob myself ever getting to see the fruits of all this? Then what's the damn point? I don't think anybody has to die, Julius. Right now, it's just got Bo. I know he's big, but he's still just one person. What if your kid wants more than one person can give? What if you actually let me help you? Julius falls into silence. We could handle it. Then I'd take care of him when you're Avery glances at Franklin. While I rot in jail? Look, you wanted a legacy, right? If that's what this is about, and you're never going to get it to see all of it, that's kind of the point. Then you were never going to get to see all of it. A legacy is like waves left after you jump into a pool. Evidence for other people to see how big a splash you made. You want that splash to be made in somebody else's blood? Julie says nothing, watching that thing as it continues to eat Bo, its malformed hand still outstretched like a taproot, searching desperately for water. Why the hell are you talking like you know anything? You're barely out of high school. What do you know? I know about nurturing things that don't even know I exist. I know about leaving a mark even though nobody will know it was me, because nobody sees me. But somebody might see what I made. I am sad I haven't gotten to really see a whole lot of Avery. You want Bo's murder to be what they see? I don't think you do. So, let me help you. Damn it. I never should have called you up here. You're the one with a gun, Julius. All we can do is talk. You're the one who has to make the choice. He's reaching for you, Julius. Don't you want to hold him? Listen to Avery, let them help you. What is your kid worth to you if you aren't putting everything on the line for them? I think you could understand this. What is your kid worth to you if you aren't putting everything on the line for him? I'm not letting you kill yourself with me over my mistake, kid. Because you're half right. Someone's got to take care of him when I'm gone. Julius? I said no, not you. Come here, boy. Julius wipes away a tear, trying to pretend he isn't holding back more. He kneels by Bo, finally clasping the boy's translucent hand. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He grimaces as the roots slide under his skin, its hand-like appendages grabbing desperately as it transfers himself to Julius's chest. He cries out in pain as it nestles into him. Damn, it hurts. Hurts like hell. Look at that. I think he's smiling, Julius. He's coming into this world smiling. Is he? This nice boy? This what you wanted? You remember. Oh, you don't remember. But I've been there with you every night. You've been alive. Bleeding for you. I was gonna love you. I was gonna be a good daddy. Better than Duke. Send you to school. Make you do better than I ever did. I bet you don't even know what daddy means. But maybe you can say it for me. If you try, how about it? Can you say daddy? Just one time? Yeah, I don't know if this weird plant baby is gonna really be doing any speaking anytime soon. I'm sorry to say. That was unsettling, and I did not like that. A strange sound escapes the thing's hole of a mouth. A horrible gurgling that does not resemble a word. Thank you for pointing out that does not resemble a word. Daddy, please say it for me. As Julius's breath stops, the thing's panic finally seems to fade. The vines blocking the door slacken, and the house groans unnaturally, straining under the weight of the relaxing meat of the creature's womb. Call me daddy, baby. Right? God, on the one hand, I do feel a little bit bad for him. It's like, okay, so he got to the point where he's so desperate. He created, or I guess he made a deal with Sybil. Well, I don't know. Maybe Sybil isn't the witch, because he didn't actually say Sybil by name. Maybe there's another witch. Maybe there's another witch that we don't know about. Another character. I'm still holding out that this could be a big misdirect. But regardless, that he gets this weird flesh plant baby out in the field that I guess he's been growing for months now. Ugh. And then when it's finally time, he just the one thing he wants. It's just like, my dude, that is a tall ask. Even for a normal baby to speak a word the second that they are born, that's near impossible. You're crazy. You're crazy. I feel bad for you, but you're crazy. You're a madman. Yeah, and he needed that giant pumpkin for that. Oh my God, I didn't even realize. Yes, you're so right. The giant pumpkin. Oh, that's what. Holy shit. Wow, that's a big connection that I did not make. That's why it was so big. It was growing a baby. Oh my God. Could you imagine? Could you imagine if, like, during the fair when they were grading it, they're like, all right, time to cut into this big old pumpkin, make some pumpkin pie. And then just like the second, the like giant, like the buzzsaw or whatever that they use to cut a pumpkin of that size is going in. He starts freaking out. He's like, no, you leave my baby alone. And everybody's like, oh, bro, calm down. It's just a pumpkin. He's like, no, this is my pride and joy. This is my baby. I've been bleeding over for months. Like, he's actually literally saying his baby because it's what it is on the inside. Oh my God. What a wild day that would be. The faucet in the corner of the room finally unclogs, bursts to life, and water pours out onto the dirty floor. Dinah, kid. I mean, Avery. How's Bo? He's still breathing. He looks pretty messed up, though. His skin's all purpley. Where's Daddy? Duke finally manages to tear his way through what's left of the vines blocking the door. I'm here, boy. He hurries down the stairs, sloshing his way through the now ankle-high water. Can someone turn off the faucet? We've been standing next to it for like a solid 2 minutes now at this point, if it's already ankle-high. Dr. Kelly trailing behind him. He doesn't seem to notice, though crouching next to Bo, sinking into the rising flood. Dear God, boy. What did I do to you? Oh, can you hear me? Am I getting a checkup? What do we do about that? Julius's boy? Avery, too, kneels in the water. It's above their waist now. Oh my God, this water is rising fast. I'll take care of it. I think that's only right. You absolutely fucking not taking that thing. It dies here with Julius. Hey, the basement is flooding, and I'm the only one paying attention. Okay, well, to be fair, on that point, Duke is only concerned about Bo. That makes sense. Avery is probably concerned about both Bo and the root baby of Julius. Dr. Kelly, obviously, is probably mostly concerned about Bo as a medical professional. And Franklin, I would wager, is just tired. As a cop, he's just like, God, I'm glad the situation is basically fucking over. I just want to go home. Am I hallucinating? Do you guys see the water? Cry quietly in the corner. Let the water take you? Dear Lord. Let's get hell out of here fast before it floods. Hey, now I'm going to be the voice of reason. Snap everyone back to reality. Hey, the basement is flooding. Am I the only one paying attention here? Come on, guys. Chop chop. Oh, or I am hallucinating. What are you talking about? There's no water. But there is. He just can't seem to see it. Not that it matters. Because his words are swallowed by the flood. Okay. Ginseng Baby, finish episode 5. Wait, that was the end of episode 5? You feel like you're choking. There's water in your lungs. Or there should be. Your ears are filled with the sound of a rushing current. It's cold and dark. And there are people screaming somewhere. Oh, delightful. I love being trapped in a watery grave with the sound of screams in my ears. Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of wooden dolls. There are bodies in the water with you. They are all dead. 1,000 corpses. 1,000 homes, all torn to pieces. But the flood recedes. It hasn't stopped, or it hasn't happened yet. You are the mother of a daughter. And your daughter has told you about her terrible dream. Whoa, whoa, my cursor has changed into an eyeball. $1 million, but anytime you scratch an itch, your favorite song plays from your butt. Oh, I'd take that million. That's a party trick. That's what that is. Hell yeah. Easy million. Easy $1 million right there. Your favorite song. So whatever your favorite song is at the time, this just starts playing from your butt. Anytime you scratch an itch. That's great. Whatever your favorite song is. Whoever it is that's accepting the $1 million. What? Am I missing? Oh, what's my favorite song? Let's see. Currently, sorry, I didn't realize you were asking a question. I thought you were confused with the premise. That's my bad. Oh God, what song would play? Currently, what is my favorite? Honestly, it might be something from the Midnight. That's a pretty solid one. Let's see, what have I recently added to my playlist? It's mostly Midnight. Ooh, might be a song from Siamese as well. I do love me a good Siamese song. Maybe The Wolf. That one's always a good one. Never get tired of that song. Anytime that comes on, you know I'm gonna listen to it. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go Siamese The Wolf. That would be the song. Currently. It's going to kill everyone. Now, back to the serious. You're not the only one who had the vision. Not yet. It has only been described to you by the daughter you have been teaching, as your mother taught you. You're the only one who can stop it, Mother, but you won't be strong enough. Her words are heavy. How can you be sure? Maybe it's only a dream. The village is doomed, then. Of course I'll stop it. Don't worry so much, daughter. Ooh, what are these little... Oh my God, they're scissors. They're skizzers, threads. We're cutting threads. Oh God, why do I feel like these choices have so much more weight now? Of course I'll stop it. Don't worry so much, daughter. No, Mother. I've seen it. You will try to stop it, and you will die. But there's another path. Take my power. I give it willingly. I won't destroy my own daughter, but I want you to be your own person. I can't do this to you. I can't lose you. I can't be wait, it can't be that I'm destined to lose you. It's too cruel. Okay, so all of them are basically the same sentiment. I like the middle one, though. You will lose me in any path but this. If we do nothing, we'll die with everyone else. If we flee, I will have the weight of 1,000 lives on my shoulder. I couldn't live. I would be lost either way. This is the way it must be. This is the way. Accept it and take your daughter back. Reject it and let 1,000 die. Oh, for the greater good, am I right? We'll accept it. You accept your daughter's decision. She is not the child she once was, and there is confidence in her that you have no choice but to respect. You take her back. Her power becomes yours. The flood does not come. The village is saved, and no one ever knows the sacrifice that was made for their lives. No one but you. Ooh. Honestly, that's a shit decision, like, either way, right? Because, okay, so yeah, the one hand, you keep your daughter, but everyone dies, right? If you have any sort of conscience, which it seems like we do, you know, that's going to be heavy on you, especially if you live for a really long time. Like, it kind of seems like we are, you know, being a witch, magically living for, you know, however many years. That's going to eat away at you, 100%. But then also, at the same time, you know, doing something for a bunch of people that, again, will never know that you saved them. They'll never know it. It is a thankless sacrifice that you made, will also kind of eat away at you. Especially because you sacrificed your daughter in order to do it. Like, either way, your sanity is gonna go. Most likely. Years have passed. You outlive everyone you used to know. You move on. You meet new people. You start a new life. You have another daughter. This time, the vision is yours. The piece of your first daughter that lives in you shows you what is coming. Rotting bodies in the street. The smell of sickness on the wind. Church bells ringing for the endless parade of funerals. An entire city whose gates will never reopen. Everyone inside the walls falling to the curse of plague. Oh God, don't tell me we're doing it again, aren't we? You are among their number. Your body no longer strong enough to heal even itself. You are not enough to stop it. Not as you are. There is another path, a narrow thread. If you were stronger, you could tug at it and unravel the tapestry of the future. Mother, what's wrong? Your daughter will never be as strong as you are, not after what you had to do, but she still carries in her some strength. Enough. Explain it to her as it was explained to you. Take your daughter back. Ooh, why do I feel like this one is not gonna go as well if we explain it to her? I feel like it's only fair, though. We explain it. You tell her what's coming. You explain what she has to give up. What you both have to give up. You love your daughter. After all, you will miss her as you miss your first daughter. She is angry. Yep, I fucking knew it. Even when you try to explain that she will be a part of you, that she won't die, she cries and tries to run away from you. Fate is attempting to cut its loose thread. The entire city rests on this decision. Stop her from leaving. Let her go, give up on the city. Okay, so here's the thing, right? I feel like this is one of those things where it's like it's gonna keep happening until we let it happen. Like the first time it was, you know, it was the town up in the mountains or the whatever. It was 1,000 people. This time it's an entire city, so that's probably like countless thousands. This is like the bubonic plague levels, right? We don't know how many tens of thousands of people it's gonna be. But if we stop this and it goes again, like what's the scaling here? Is it just gonna keep getting progressively worse until we just let it happen? Or do we have to perpetually keep sacrificing our daughters in order to, you know, stop it? Or at least until it gets to the point where we can't stop it? Oh God. We keep futilely trying to fight our fate. Give up on the city. I mean, if it was meant to happen, it was meant to happen, but oh, this is one of those, oh, what is it? It's the trolley question. Do you sacrifice the one for the many? God, I hate these. I hate these morality questions. They're shit because it's garbage either way. But in my heart of hearts, I would say, I mean, the first daughter, it was her choice. She was like, no, I'm going to give up my power for you for this reason. We gave it a fair shake. We tried to explain to new daughter, hey, this is what happens. This is the sacrifice it's going to take. New daughter doesn't want any part of it. So I think we let her go. I don't want to force her. It's a shitty decision either way, but I think this one is the better one in my opinion. Your daughter leaves you. You resign yourself to the future. She is one of the first to die. Oh, shit. She's gonna die anyway. God damn it. The streets flood with disease, and the bodies are buried, then burned, then left in heaps on the streets until no one is left to remember any of their names. But that's not how it happened. Oh, okay. You do not let your daughter run from you. No plague comes. The city never knows what you would have, that it would have been a ruin. But there is an unhappiness in you. She didn't understand, and what you took of her is angry, confused, restless. You will have to carry that with you. It is part of the burden of what you are. Though no one knows the depths of what you have done over the years, you have not escaped notice. You find yourself in a capital, in a place whose name has changed too many times to count. A war is brewing. The eyes of the whole of who hold fate in their hands are on you. Their lips asking which threads to pull and which to cut. Oh boy. So now we're someone of power. Oh God, this can only end well. Ugh. And the tapestry is once again revealed to you. The war rages, and it never stops raging. Bleeding that spans generations. Children born to die. Decades of pain that leave a raw wound on the world. Or it ends before it begins. The few die for the sake of the many. You can guide powerful hands to crush those that need crushing, if only you have more power of your own. You call your daughter to you. You raise them differently these days. The dispute left by the reluctant daughter taught you a permanent lesson. They don't need convincing anymore. They are ready to return to you whenever you need them. Oh, okay. She took steps early. She was like, hey, you're my daughter. I have a great task for you when the time comes. You know, she planted those seeds early in her childhood. Probably gaslit her into thinking, this is your destiny. This is your great task at hand, you know. I don't know. That's honestly worse. Maybe just let it happen. You keep running from all these bad things and everything just keeps getting worse. Bad shit's just is gonna happen in the world. You can fight it for so long. Take her back and stop the war before it starts. Let her be free and plunge the land into generations of war. Honestly, I feel like no matter what's gonna happen, it's gonna have me pick the other one. It's not gonna let me. I tried to let her be free. I'd be like, you know, go do your own thing. She died anyway, so I guess it really didn't matter. But still, I do kind of want to maybe fight it. Let her be free, plunge the land into generations of war. You have a change of heart. It has to end sometime. You let her go. Hundreds of thousands suffer. Countless lives are cut short. Your daughter is among them, because of course she is. Do we see her? Before she was like on the side of the road. I don't think we actually see her here though. I guess we never really saw her in the previous scene anyway. Even in her privileged place by your side, the war reaches her, and the both of you burn along with everyone else. You saved her for nothing. But of course, that's not how it happened. Or, oh, maybe that is the daughter. This daughter joins her sisters easily, as she has been trained to do. You are the only one who will remember her sacrifice and her name. A small rebellion is crushed, for it becomes a revolution. The people in power are happy. You leave. You don't want to see any more visions of war. You set your sights on a place where there are no kings. And yet, even an ocean away, power finds you. A man with aspirations. Anyone can hold power here, you have discovered, if they are vicious enough to want it. The hunger in him senses the power in you, and for a time, you humor him. You allow him to give you a life of comfort. You and your daughter. Girl, you gotta stop having daughters. It is not working out for you. You don't see a future where he ever grows more powerful than he can manage. Not until the vision comes. Okay, all right. So, things are fine until they're not. That's literally what that sentence is. Come on now. A war like none the world has witnessed. A fledgling nation devoured in the nest. A man who sits on a throne where none was meant to be. The world under his cruel fist, bowing to its crushing weight. The very ocean stained red by his influence. He is already on his way. You realize too late. You've been too close to him to see it. Your choices have already narrowed. The war is coming, whether you strike now or not. The loose thread sticking out from the mass of blood, with you too weak to grasp it. But you have a daughter. You always have a daughter, until you don't. It's time to rest. Aren't you tired? Take her back and erase the man before his name can mean anything. Oh, the top option is the fuck it. I'm not dealing with this shit anymore option now. Take her back and erase the man. Well, let's see. Of course you are. But the world needs you, and you can't let it end like this. The part of you that is your first daughter can't let you. I guess that's what's compelling us. She joins her sisters, as is her destiny. You remove him from the world. The hole where he was is filled by lesser men, none of whom remember whose shoes they were stepping into, and none of whom can hope to command the way he would have. Blood is spilled, less blood, but you still feel every drop. So we killed Hitler there, yeah? That's what I'm getting? Yeah, that was probably worth it, in hindsight. You hide yourself away from the world. You and your daughter. The vision still finds you, but here they are small, the decision simple. You make them all the same, helping where you can. A storm halted, a conflict settled. Until one day, when you are shown a dark pit. Splintering wood, debris trapping everyone inside, bodies burning as the very rock catches fire, children screaming as their flesh bubbles, then silence as lungs fill with smoke. You know the choice that lies in front of you. Not this time. You take your daughter's hand and you look her in the eyes. They are green like yours. You don't want to do it this time. But that's not how it goes. You stare over the hills together as a plume of smoke rises into the air. But you can't hear the screams from here. You assume you will die one day, like anyone else. After all, you're long past due. Maybe you'll be lucky enough to know your grandchildren before you go. Then the man comes. With him, a vision. He has already decided. He is bringing something here. Something ravenous. That doesn't belong. But that has been pressing at the edges of your world. Trying to find a way in. It has its way now. Whether you help him or not. More of the thread you followed comes into focus, and for the first time, you follow it beyond your death. That's a cool picture. Like, that's a scene. Like, holy shit. Disaster after disaster, crisis after crisis, thousands of years of little cuts that you weren't there to mend. On and on it goes, longer than you can ever hope to follow. Its toll eternal and incalculable. But there is a new thread too. If you are patient enough, if you are strong enough, when the moment finally comes, if you do everything right, you can devour this thing that sits outside the world. And it will give you so much power that you will never have to take back a daughter again. You could fix as many things as you'd care to fix. Floods, plagues, wars, kings. You look into her green eyes so much like yours. You can't. Take her back and summon the entity into the world. Why do I get the feeling that summoning an eldritch horror into our world is not going to end well? Why do I get the feeling that this is a bad idea? If H.P. Lovecraft has taught me anything, you leave them alone. You can't, but you did. Oh! You welcome her back, as you have with every daughter before you, and you help the man. He is arrogant. He cheats the thing from the other world in every way he can. He wastes your time. There will have to be more daughters before the day comes that this will be over. But days and daughters come and go, and you are very patient. You have to be. If you are to stop the hurt that would scar the world without you there to guide it. And now, you are here, on the cusp of the end. The final daughter. Oh, that's Kanika. I'm pretty sure that's Kanika. So Sybil is actually the witch. God, mother... God, okay, I was hoping that maybe it was somebody else. Maybe it was someone we haven't really seen yet. What are you doing here? Are you real? No, it doesn't matter. I don't care if you're a dream or not. Well, I'm glad I get the chance to see you again before I go away. And before you say anything, I've already made my decision, so don't bother trying to talk me out of it. I understand it has to be done. I'm sorry it's come to this, but we both know how important this is. You're doing the right thing, Kanika. Your whole life has come down to this moment. Thank you for saving us. Explore. I forgot you. I can't believe it. All day, it's like you didn't exist. What decision? How do we know any of this really happened? What exactly is she trying to prevent? Do you even know? You don't have to do this, Kanika. What exactly is she trying to prevent? Do you even know? That thing that Enoch brought. Whatever it is. Breaking out and causing havoc. And all those disasters my mom would have been able to stop if she takes its power for herself. It's so much smaller than all of that. But in this moment, I can be what stops it. I can be big enough. My life can be meaningful. What decision? Did you not just go through that whole life story thing? Was that just me? Look, I'm gonna do what I was born to do. I'm gonna save lives, Aiden. More than most people could in our lifetime. Do you really feel like you have to sacrifice yourself for your life to have meaning? Working at a shitty little general store in a dying town? Yes. I'd call that pretty meaningless. And I think you and I both know it wasn't going anywhere in life. Sure, I told myself going back to school, but it's not like I was working hard to get out there, or would have just been sold the store by now. But I didn't, because some part of me knew I had to be here. Now I know why. Man! I forgot you! I love that that's an option. You don't have to do this. You're doing the right thing. Your whole life has come down to this. I understand it has to be done. You don't have to do this. I'm sticking to my guns. Yes, I do. You saw what happened if I don't. What am I supposed to do? Go back to a normal life after this? Knowing how many people are going to suffer through the generations because I was too selfish to save them? How could I ever live with myself? So what? You're just going to throw your life away because someone else is asking you? Why do you think yours is less important than anyone else's? Aren't you a skeptic? Why accept her deal on blind faith when you haven't had a chance to see how things actually play out? The same way any of us do. You're not solely responsible for the fate of the world, and neither is she. She doesn't see you as a person. She hasn't seen anyone as a person in a long time. You can't trust her to make a human decision when she's no longer human. I actually like this one. You're not solely responsible for the fate of the world, and neither is she. Because it's true. Only Atlas was gifted with the graces to carry the world on his shoulders, and even then, it's a tough job. Well, yeah, but that doesn't mean I should ever make a choice to benefit me. Sometimes people have to make decisions that hurt them in order to do the most good. People have to pay taxes or donate kidneys or, you know, things that aren't pleasant, but that help people make the world work. Okay, I'm skeptical on taxes. You bring up taxes, but so far I haven't seen jack shit be done with my taxes in a meaningful manner. Kidneys I can accept. Kidneys, you know, I know somebody's actually going to be using my kidneys if I were to donate them. Put those to good use. I'm happy to do this. I am. Stop trying to convince me not to. Nope, I'm gonna keep trying. I'm gonna keep erasing yourself from existence isn't exactly the same as paying taxes, Kanika. You don't even know if she's telling you the truth. Oh God. If this is what you really want, thank you for saving us. You're right, I'm sorry. You found your purpose. I should be grateful that you're willing to do this to save us all. What if you let her erase you from existence and no one is saved? Would you regret it? Oh, excuse me. What if you have value outside of what you do for other people? What if you deserve to live? You're too busy making excuses for what she wants you to do. You're not letting yourself feel what you actually feel. I do like to text this line, but I don't think I should actually say that. I do like this bottom one. What if you have value outside of what you do for other people? What if you deserve to live? This one as well. If you let her, because at the end of the day, right? Okay, so we're essentially just stalling, right? This major disaster is prevented, or whatever this disaster is prevented. But then what about the next one? And then the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one. It's one of those things where it's like, I still don't think, at the end of the day, we're just delaying the inevitable. It's gonna happen. Although maybe if you do, I guess, if you continuously have daughters to sacrifice to prevent them. Again, we're back to this trolley question. I'm gonna go with this bottom one. What if you have value outside of what you do for other people? What if you deserve to live? Use all the manipulative wording you want. I know this is the only way for my life to ever going to have any value. I'm a college dropout in a dead-end town, working a dead-end job, lying to myself that I'm getting out any day, yet still pretending I'm better than other people, just because I still see myself as someone who will go out, who got out, even though I'm just as stuck as everybody else. There are tears in her eyes. How'd I ever think that? Look at me now. Crying for myself. I'm not even dead yet. Because I know nobody's gonna cry for me once I'm gone. Even if they could remember me, would they cry? Would I deserve that? God, what am I saying? Doubt finally cracks through her certainty, and the witch's illusion cracks with it. Quiet, dear. There's no need to let Satan talk you into circles. You already know the right answer, remember? It was Sybil. I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt, woman. Now we gotta fight. I don't know anymore. I I need to think about it. Let me go. Zayden, you have no idea the kind of danger you're putting yourself in being here. You think you're doing the right thing, but all you're doing is dooming countless lives, starting with yours. I could say the same to you. Witch! Tabitha, too. I'm sure you've noticed how stressed she's been. She carries an incredible weight on her shoulders, but she can finally be free if you let me do what needs doing. Kanika, Kanika can't save you on her own, but I can. I'm only able to tell you so much, but I tried to show you what I could. I had hoped you'd be able to trust me by now, for your sake. This is the only way your story gets a happy ending. She's telling the truth. Fuck. Damn it, I wish I wasn't street smart to know that. Damn it. So it's her life or mine. Is that what you're saying? Sybil, I don't feel super good about doing this. Wayne is already going to take care of me. I don't need your help. Why can't you just be direct? Why all the mystery? Let her finish what she started, grab Kanika, and pull her free. Ooh, okay. Well, let's try to explore as much as we can here, I guess. Why can't you just be direct? Why all this mystery? I think that's the most important thing. Those are the rules. Every bargain has its rules. Okay. And what about this bargain? What rules would I be agreeing to? This isn't a bargain. I was always going to help you. After all, I intended to break the structures that have been holding everyone in place. I have no intent on building a new prison. Prison? So it's her life or mine? Is that what you're saying? It is a very distinct possibility, yes. Though any harm visited on you won't come from me. You're in danger. I'm sure you can feel that. And I make a powerful ally. Believe me when I say I understand the burden that's been placed on you. I don't feel super good about this. I know how unpalatable this feels, Zayden, but pull back the curtain and it's far kinder choice than anything you've been party to this week. How does a gentle exit compare to locking Reese Kelly away in that tiny little room for the rest of his life? Do you think he'll ever be well enough to leave? When you ran after Becca and Alexis, you courageously left Rosaline Gutierrez maimed for life. Okay, now hold on. That's not fair. Rebecca wanted to go down there. Or no, not Rebecca, sorry. Rosaline wanted to help. And I probably wouldn't have found them without her. And then two people would have been possibly just dead, flat out. Don't you bring that up. That's not on me. Yes, that is technically what happened. But the other potential outcomes could have been so much worse. Again, I say we got off pretty light. Unlike that young girl's suffering, Kanika's memory will be but a passing breeze. There won't be anyone to hurt from her loss. Even you'll forget her as soon as she's gone. The burden of remembering her is mine and mine alone. You left Charlie's spirit to fester unresolved in the library. How many more lifetimes of suffering is he going to experience? I don't think you've made any wrong choices, Ed. Enoch's legacy has simply stacked the deck against you. My daughter is one person, and she won't die in the traditional sense of the word. She'll be here with me and her sisters. It will be gentle, like stepping into a pool. All of these lingering threads left by your decisions can still be mended if you let her help me. Oh, God damn it. I don't really trust Wayne, though. I still don't trust Wayne. So far, he's been kind of helpful, but I still think he's maybe hiding something still. The consequences of my choices. God. We still have 2 chapters after this, too. If I fuck over Sybil, yeah, you know what to think about him either. He hasn't really given me a whole lot to go off of. Like, he's always super sketchy, even when he's helping me. So it's kind of like, I don't think I'm gonna explore this. Although, maybe if I do say this, maybe Sybil can tell me a little bit more about Wayne. Oh, but what if this changes my options? Is that something that can happen? You know what, we're gonna do a little save here. I forgot that I could do this. Wayne is already gonna take care of me. I don't need your help. Sybil flashes you a pitying look. Oh, don't look at me like that, Sybil. You poor dear. Do you really feel like he's the only one you can turn to? You think I've been manipulating you, yet that man somehow managed to earn your loyalty? Just because he's been kind? Also, you're still wondering how the heck do you romance Sybil? That is a good question. I did see in when I was looking up the romanceable characters that she is technically like a secret one. I didn't really look into it to see how, but I get the feeling, because you haven't really had too much chance to interact with them. Although I don't know, maybe if, because this game, it feels like there are so many different paths that you could take. Like maybe earlier on you could interact with her more, like if you were hanging out with Kanika more, because I didn't really take the Kanika route. I mean, like if I was hanging out with Kanika more, this whole interaction might be like incredibly different. So that would need like a couple playthroughs maybe to figure out. Kindness is easy when you're free to lie. Truth is what's hard. I'm giving you the truth now. You call this truth? It's the closest I can get to it, yes. Okay, we save one more time. Actually, we'll overwrite this one. We'll save it twice. It's fine. I'm puller free. You take Kanika's outstretched arm and pull. Stop! You don't know what you're doing! Kanika, please, you understand. You understand how important this is? I don't think I do. I only stood what you wanted me to understand. You didn't let me think any differently. But I'm thinking differently now. I'm getting the hell out of here, and I'm taking Zayden with me. At her declaration, the dream around you starts to waver. It's losing its shape. No, come back! But it's too late. The illusion comes apart. If I could take one moment into my hands. The world shifts rapidly. Shifts nauseatingly around you. You feel like you're being buoyed upwards, ascending rapidly. Reality rushing to meet you until finally you surface. Where the heck? I was in a basement with a bunch of people. Am I at the dump? You're outside. It's raining. You have no idea where you are. Hey, Tulip, Jenny. The Witch. Mix Universe and Bridge Salesman. This is the end of Chapter 5. Only one major content update remains until the story reaches its conclusion in the final chapters. Ooh. Damn, okay, so that's the end. Holy shit. Okay, there was a little less than I thought that there would be. Still, that was great. Ooh, okay. So, Tabitha doesn't seem to be like super connected with it. That is interesting. That's actually a really big plot point that we just learned, that essentially Sybil is kind of related to everything. Enoch was the one in the past who I guess had previously met this entity, is what I'm guessing. All right, so theory cap. We're putting a theory cap on right now. So Enoch, our great ancestor, maybe somehow got connected with this entity outside of our realm, because it seemed like that's what it was implying. And then because he made contact with this thing, he kind of could sense other beings of power, hence meeting up with Sybil. And then Sybil seeing this thing as like, oh, I think they saw that they could use each other in a sense, and they were trying to game each other. But of course, Enoch was being a cheeky bastard and was probably lying and cheating his way to success, where Sybil was maybe genuinely trying to help, but was getting lied and cheated to. As she said, Enoch lied and cheated at every fucking corner and chance that he could get, to keep this thing's power. So he could never like fully, or she could never fully like take control of it or absorb it, so that she could then use its power to end the cycle of her having to perpetually sacrifice her daughters in order to have enough power to stop these things from happening. I wonder, I guess at this point, if we saw every iteration in that little flashback. So she had, let's see, first daughter was for the flood, second daughter was to the plague, third was for a war, fourth was for like a super giga war. So we're on the fifth daughter, Kanika's fifth generation. So that's at least like 500 years or so, maybe, depending. Well, actually, I don't know, because they never grew up to old age. I guess they were only around for, I guess, however old Kanika is. Stay tuned for updates on the final release of the Discord, following us on social and the newsletters. If you'd like to carry your progress into the final chapter, please save your game now. Interesting. Abby Howard and Tony. Okay, let me get game credits. Brandon Boone, excellent music, love it. Art by Abby, story by Abby and Tony. Game design. Yeah, this is like an incredibly... What choice did you make? I saved her. I pulled her away. I was like, no, Sybil. We are gonna face this thing, whatever it is. If it's the end of the world, then it's the end of the world. You've been fighting fate your entire life. It's time to stop. I did save right before then, though, so later I'm gonna keep with this decision. But after we get to the very end, I will likely come back and maybe choose the other one just to see. You might be on this list somewhere. Ooh, special thanks. All right, hold on. Let's keep an eye out. Oh, you're an alpha tester? Nice. Hell yeah. Oh. We're back to the main menu. Okay. Cool beans. Okay. But because we chose to save her and stop whatever it is that Sybil's doing, I have a feeling that these next few chapters, for us, in our playthrough specifically, are going to be filled with danger. Wrought with danger. I'm going to be suffering the consequences of my actions, 100%. But that's okay. We will face them nonetheless. Man, I'm really excited though to see what happens in the coming chapters. Oh, I kind of wish I just did this in one go. I kind of wish I just waited. Because I feel like there's so much more in the first part of this than the second part. Which I suppose is fair. Like, expecting there to be equal halves of this part, because already there's a lot. I feel like this could have gone in so many directions. I'm trying to think about all the choices that I made. Like, what if we left early? What if we just didn't explore the mansion? Is that even an option? Like, I feel like that could be an option. You just don't even deal with it. You're just like, we're just stay away. Or maybe Stella just goes by herself, and you're just like, nah, I'm gonna stay out of it. I'm gonna go, I don't know, fuck off at the diner with Avery, and then I don't know, maybe if you do that, if that even is an option, and you're with Avery, maybe you deal with the bow situation differently. Right, and I think that's why it took them so long to do chapter 5. Yeah. I mean, they did say that, what it was like, they added a bunch of new scenes. There was like, I don't know, what was it? My brain keeps going back to like 70,000 words or something. Here, you know what? Goldie, let's chat. Since we are done with the hollow for now. I guess I could have done this tomorrow, but yeah, it had more words than all of Slay the Princess, I think they said. Yeah, damn. And that game is already like pretty word heavy, I feel like. That's pretty dense for in and of itself. Like, I haven't seen all the paths of Slay the Princess, but I think I have seen like a chart of all the different paths that you can take, and I'm just like, damn, that's a lot. That's a lot of different endings potentially. So, yeah, I'm just trying to rack my brain at like where could we have gone with this chapter? And that's not even just like the choices you make during this chapter. Like, I'm assuming that there are likely choices that you make earlier in the game that influence things that happen in this chapter. And then the fact that they're like, it seamlessly is building to things is fantastic. I love that. You'd imagine like who you romance, if anyone. Yeah, that too. Like, if you just go like, I'm not gonna, because I would imagine you probably, if you don't want to, you could probably go the unromanceable route where you don't really lean one way or the other. You're just there to exist, you know, and maybe you're just there to be friends with people. But I know Avery, Kanika, Stella, and Oscar are all at least like romanceable out the gate. But you don't really talk to Avery all that much early on. It's not until like later where it kind of seems like you could go in that direction. So then again, like, if you start romancing Avery more, maybe you do handle the bow situation differently. Like, maybe you're there before. Oh, and Dr. Kelly. I think that is also a possibility. Like the whole situation with Reese, how that could change if you're like dating Dr. Kelly. Oh, that'd be That'd be an awkward dinner, I think. Oh my God, what if you were dating Dr. Kelly when Stella comes over for dinner to hang out with Reese? Oh my God. Maybe it wouldn't be as tense like between you and Dr. Kelly, but like maybe Stella would be giving you funny looks like, man, what this weirdo rolls into town, starts dating the town doctor. My best friend's mom. It's like, God. So many possibilities. That's what I love about these games. I don't hate Stella, yeah. I'm sure she's a nice lady, you know, past all the keeping her son locked away, but I guess now that we know the reason why, I can't really blame her all that much for being the way that she is. Like, I still, going back to, you know, that whole episode, I still think she probably could have handled it a little bit better. Like, maybe fill in her best friend, like her son's best friends on the situation. Like, I don't think she should have kept it a secret and her burden alone, especially, you know, since Stella is, like, she should know Stella. Like, Stella's a very open person. She hunts for cryptids and the like. Although, at the same time, maybe she was afraid, like, Stella would just use Reese for being like a monster for her YouTube channel or whatever, which is a valid fear, I suppose, for her mother. Or for a mom. It's a sticky situation. But yeah, just that's why I love these kinds of games. I love these kinds of games because there are so many possibilities, and I feel like all of them are valid if you like explore them. But it depends on the person, you know. I think this would definitely be a game where I probably would want to play it again, though once it's fully out. But we try to choose completely different outcomes. Like I do the opposite. For now, we'll stay the course. We'll wait for the next chapter. Understandably, no news has come out about like the future chapters, as this one literally just came out last Friday. So we're probably not going to hear anything, at least for a little while. Date wise, honestly, they could probably use a break. They've been working pretty hard on this chapter since they announced its conception, which is totally fair. What did I say? When I completed the game up until the end of the previous chapter, it was May 13th of 2025. And then we got this chapter February 18th, 2026. May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February. 9 months. It's like a baby. 9-month baby. So, you know, maybe another 9 months we'll get the next chapter. We'll get chapter 6. Which is fair. So, rain check 9 months. We'll see. We'll see if they pull off another 9-monther. But I mean, if they're gonna go another like ham on the next chapter, like even more than this one, maybe it'll be 10 months. Maybe it'll be another year. Which I'm okay with. You know, however long they need in order to do this, because I love their games. Both this one and Slay the Princess, both fantastic. Cannot sing their praises enough. Anyone who hasn't played them, definitely go play them. Even if you watched other people, just play it. Just play it for yourself. Experience it. You know, make the choices. They said 6 and 7 will be out together and shouldn't take nearly as long. Oh, really? Oh, okay. That is kind of surprising. I kind of assumed they would be about on par in terms of length as this one. But maybe now that we are kind of like, this one did drop a lot of big, like, lore bombs. Like, you learned actually quite a lot in this chapter. Or at least I would assume that you should learn quite a lot, depending on what route you go. I would imagine you relatively figure out the same kind of story beats, the major ones at least. How you get there may depend, but I would assume you'll learn it one way or the other. We learned some pretty big truth bombs in this one. So yeah, I guess I could see that 6 and 7 wouldn't necessarily need to be as long, because we've kind of already hit the big beats, and now it's just a matter of like wrapping up the story. Like, okay, now you know the shit. We've hit the crescendo. We're in the climax, and now we're in the downhill spiral to the end. What are those story beats? What is that called? Let's see. Story structure of a novel. I know it's like the framework. Ah, yeah. That was right. The inciting incident. So the rising action, the rising stakes, that's been going on for like the last couple chapters. This is definitely the climax. This is the peak, the turning point. This was a pretty big conflict that I feel like, well, maybe not resolved, but at the very least has been addressed. So I'm guessing, okay, so six I would imagine is kind of like, we're in the middle of the climax, I would say. I don't think we've finished the climax. There's still stuff to be done, climax-wise. It hasn't been fully resolved yet. And then we still have the resolution, which is the aftermath, showing what happens after we've come out of this. I think we have made a major choice in the climax, and now 6 will be the results of this choice that we have made, either saving or condemning Kanika to Sybil's absorption. 6 is gonna heavily resolve around whatever we chose in this end one. And then 7 I imagine will be like, probably that will be the resolution chapter or the epilogue kind of thing. Like, what happens after the story is done, after we've faced whatever struggles that we've faced in the coming chapter. That is my prediction. Will that be what it is? We'll see, I guess. I am not a novelist, but I do have some experience working in film, so it's in the terms of like my film brain, that's what I'm seeing. We're in the 3rd act. And I'm excited. Ooh, I can't wait. Well, that's kind of all we had for this evening. We can unpin the message because I don't think we're not going to go back. What time is it? We've been going for about 2 and almost 3 hours. That's not terrible. We could call it there. Let me see something real quick. Okay, you're done. You ended. We could go raid Spec. It's been a minute. She's playing Mass Effect, which is another great story game. Did she just start? Oh no, she's been going for a little while. Yeah, I think we will call it. I think we'll call it early for tonight. I don't think I need to go for another hour. I am still recovering from my sickness, so it is probably better if we don't push it too hard. We will be back again tomorrow, though. It will be another relatively short stream. We'll probably be going for about as long. We'll be playing Mafia 3. Continuing that playthrough tomorrow. And then I believe the plan is I will be helping May play through Silent Hill F. Yes. So be sure to join us then as well. That'll be the same time tomorrow, 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard. And let's see. Thursday, I don't believe we have Ace Attorney. I think that's still going to be on hiatus. And Saturday will be D&D, the streamed D&D that I have. I will not be streaming it, but it will be a D&D session that I am a part of that will be streamed over on Void Doll's channel, my DM. So be sure to follow all the socials and all that jazz. Join the Discord if you're so inclined, although I know Discord's kind of maybe not as ideal as of late. I have heard the news, I've seen what they're doing, so understandable if you kind of want to distance yourself from that. So maybe just Blue Sky. That's still safe, right? That's still safe. I don't think I've heard anything bad about them quite yet. But regardless, that's what we got planned for the rest of the week. So I hope to see you then. But in the meantime, I will throw you over to my good friend Spectre Zero. He's currently playing some Mass Effect Andromeda. Another pretty solid story RPG. Let's see. What do we want to raid to be? I think she'd appreciate this one. Can I spell? I can't spell. How do I spell this? Consequences. Is that not how I spelled it? Consequent. Oh. No S. I added an extra S. Whoopsie. Ooh, what could be the what do we want our emoji to be for our consequences raid? I wish there was like a choices emote of some sort. Maybe we'll just do like an hourglass. Because only time will tell, right? Yeah, we'll just do that. Alright, that'll be the raid message. There we are. Beautiful, wonderful. Got the raid started, grabbed my message. All right. Sounds Gucci, sounds good. You all have a wonderful rest of your evening. Appreciate y'all for being here. Wherever you hang those hats, wherever you rest those weary souls, I wish you well. So until next time, ciao for now.